Hello everyone, welcome to Downtown Tailoring. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how I use alterations not just to fit the garments to my customer, but to make them look great on it. And for that, of course, I need to use some concepts like line, proportions, silhouette, body type, trends. So let's go! 2 videos ago, I was making reference to different body types. Today, we are going to use skates because my customer has a very similar body type. And this is the dress that I'm going to alter. This dress already fit my customer. She came a few weeks ago and we did an alteration for her. Let me just take a look to be sure. So the alteration we did was just take inside. I explained her that she needed a bigger job, but because she has so many alterations to do, we didn't want to make this account so big. So we decided just to go with the take in to see how it goes. Like I said, my customer have the same body type as Kate, except that her torso is more short. As a dancer, she has long legs. So today we are going to be raising the waist. You can see here the difference you get just by paying attention to the body type. And let's go back to our dress. I already pinned it. And as you can see, I have to cinch a little bit the waist, and it's pinned all around how much I need to raise the waist. And usually when I do that kind of job, I pay more attention to the right side than the left side. The right side is what will tell me the measurement, real. And this is the dress without the pins on the mannequin. I wanted to show you how long the torso really is on this dress. My mannequin is probably a standard person, and look how the dress is on my mannequin. Imagine my customer that has shorter torso, how it looks. So the job we did was to take in sides like that. And as you can see, we have to open the lining, and then we take one piece and then we take the other and then join everything together. We took in the skirt too, but it wasn't a good idea. So we are gonna let out again. And we are taking the opportunity that we are doing this job to take a little bit of the collar at the top part. So when you are planning this kind of job, when you have to raise the skirt and you have a zipper, you have to decide if you are going to shorten the zipper from the top or from the bottom. In this case, this kind of zipper is so that you have to cut the material. So the material weakens a little bit. And in our case specifically, we have to take in a little bit of the collar. So it will be sensible if I shorten the zipper from the top instead of opening from the bottom. So I'm gonna start by opening my lining. And you know, we have talked about that before many times. You have to be very careful. Do not use the blade if you really are not comfortable with, because those materials that are so thin, they can really break with the blade. Myself, sometimes I use it, sometimes I prefer to use the seam ripper. Now that it's open, you can see the job we did before. We took in a little bit at the side and we took in a little bit in the skirt too. Can you see the old thread? We leave some of this thread on purpose to easy identify the job we've done before, and to make it easier for the customer too, because sometimes they can say, not this time, but sometimes the customer can say, oh, you took too much or whatever. But if the thread is there, it's so easy to identify. I'm opening the zipper, and before I open, I want to mark the lines on the zipper. And as I said before, I open the top part on the zipper, and then when I finish, I have separate the skirt and the body. So our next step is to raise the skirt. And to do that, remember that we need to cinch a little bit the waist, because the higher the rise, the smaller the waist, of course. Another trick that I can give you is the measurement. Usually, the torso is a little bit smaller than the length of the skirt, around 1 or 2 inches for a kind of dress like this one. After I raise the waist, it will be more proportionate. So I'm taking my pins and I will mark the right side, as I said before, because this is the one that I really have the good measurements, and then I will pass the measurement to the other side. And for that, I can use my ruler and just copy, but because this is so delicate, I prefer to mark it by using pins. What I do, I put them together and then I pin it, and then I can just fold to the other side and mark the pins, and I will do that inside too, although I really don't need this line inside, but I just mark it just in case. I am just making sure that the lines are proportional and are good, and now I can remove my pins and mark the other side. And as you can see, the center back where the zipper is have exactly the same mark, because this is very important to consider. Now I will mark the darts at the back. Remember that I'm gonna make 4 darts, 2 darts in the skirt, 2 darts in the body, and the darts on the skirt will go with the body shape of my customer's back. For the darts of the body, I'm trying to pass the pin inside, and as you can see, I'm using my nails to do that. Then when I have the measurement inside, I will just mark it. And now I'm ready to sew, and I'm going to try to find a good color matching thread. As you can see, even if this dress looks like a regular green, still I having a hard time finding the matching thread. But I found a thread that is very similar, and I'm using it, and I'm sewing all my darts. I wanted to make this video because sometimes I just explain the alteration, but I really don't talk about why I decide to do some alterations sometimes. And please let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in more videos talking about proportions. Sometimes simple details make a huge difference. Now is the time to attach the skirt to the body, and for that I use my pins, and I try to make sure that I'm pinning exactly darts with darts, seams with seams. It's a little bit tricky, and I guess that if you are less lazy than me, you should baste it. I'm sewing all around, and I make sure to remove my pins, and then I check if all the measurements match. If they don't, I will fix it by opening again a little bit there and resewing. Now I'm gonna put again my pins, and this time I will put 2 pins instead of 1, and I won't remove the first one because of the difference of height. It will be okay, but if you are at home trying that, it's better than if you don't sew over the pins. It can be dangerous. Now I put it back in the mannequin, and I saw that the proportion is much better, so I can cut the excess of material. I always leave around 3/4, 1 inch inside, because if my customer try it on and she find it that is not enough, we can always do a redo. And next I'm gonna lengthen the skirt and open up so we can do a more proportionate figure. So this is the sides, and I'm gonna open the side. This is how I took, and I will open the whole dress to see if it's possible for me lengthen. This is something that I didn't promise to my customer, because I know that this material you can't really iron. Because of that, I wasn't sure if I would be able to remove the creases on the dress, but yay! I was able to do it, so I will lengthen, so that is a surprise for her. And of course, before lengthening, I have to let out the sides, and I'm using my ruler to mark it, and I make sure that mark it all smooth, no points. And when I sew it, I make sure that it's all very nice before I open the old seam. Now is the time for the zipper. This is a tricky part, and remember that we are going to take this opportunity to take a little bit in the collar area. So my next step is to mark that, And I'm gonna change my zipper foot. I use this one, which is very wide and comfortable. And remember that I have a video on how to install an exposed zipper. I'm sewing the first part and I try to be very careful with it. And remember that when we go to the top, we will have a little bit of zipper that we will need to cut. When we sew the first part, I will close the zipper to mark the waist and the top. That way I have the reference to sew the other part so they will match together. And then I'm gonna steam all the waist, and I'm trying to be so careful I'm not touching the material with the ironing because I'm afraid. And I'm gonna shorten the zipper by removing some teeth and put on a new stopper. I always have a packet with the stoppers. I have them in all sizes and colors, and I have needles there here. And this is a water cup that I use sometimes to put some beads when I'm doing dress alterations. Now I'm gonna put the lining and I will repeat what was done in the dress before. This is not the most correct thing to do, but it's very practical. You just wrap the lining on the zipper by folding it to the other side and sew it. There are different ways to finish the zipper and the lining, and this is just one of them, but it looks really good. I'm pushing out my zipper and this is the result. I will do that at the other side, and my last step is to join the lining to the waist. And for that I'm pinning the lining, and then I will go through and I will sew as much as I can. And the rest I will finish by hand. I'm using a slip stitch, but you can use any stitch you want. It's really not that big of the deal. Now we are almost done and I'm looking for a hem bias tape, and it seems that I can find the right color. I have the black and the other green. I will use the green one because it's in the same spectrum, but just let me know if you would have used the black or this one. Remember that I'm not ironing, I'm just steaming. And I will finish the hem and the dress is all done. As you can see, the before and the after, and even for the mannequin looks better, but for my customer will look way better. So guys, that was all for today. I know that this was a big one, and if you find it useful, please give us a like and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. Bye!